Hearing God's voice. How do we know or discern if God is speaking or if it's the enemy or even the flesh? Many of us have this question and want more insight on this. So let's take a look at a few examples among the many in the Bible. For instance, in the book of 1 Samuel 3, 1 through 10, here we see a clear distinction of God's voice communicating to Samuel. Also in the book of Judges, chapter 6, 17 to 22, and 36 to 40, Gideon himself had a physical revelation from God, but he still asked for a sign multiple times for confirmation. The Lord is not limited to how he can communicate to us, whether it's audible, physical, through the Bible, through the use of other people, or even animals. For example, when Balaams Donkey spoke to him, we can reference to Numbers chapter 22, verse 21 through 39. In this modern time, we possess the complete Bible, which we are able to read, study, and meditate on. These men of God did not have the Bible readily accessible like we do nowadays. When we have any concerns or questions, we should always consult the Bible and see what it has to say. And remember, the Lord will not misguide or misdirect us from what he has already spoken in his word. We can reference Titus chapter 1, verse 2. Also, be reminded that those who hear the Lord are his children and those who belong to him. John chapter 10, verse 27. We are his sheep, and he is our shepherd, and we can identify with God's voice. By spending intimate time with the Lord through prayer and studying his word, we allow for the Lord to speak into our lives. Be immersed in the Bible daily. We want to build our relationship with Christ to draw us closer to him, and we can seek further his will for us. This is also crucial in suppressing the enemy in our flesh from the constant temptation of rebelliousness. Our flesh is weak, Matthew 26:41, and it is susceptible to disobedience and selfishness. So do we find ourselves listening to our flesh or to the enemy versus what the Lord has prepared for us? Remember to revert back to the scriptures when facing a situation that you are uncertain of. The Lord will be clear about it. If it brings you confusion, then it's not from the Lord. 1 Corinthians 14:33. Does the concern place itself in priority for the Lord or somewhere else? Allow the Lord to take lead and take precedence so we can learn to recognize God's voice. And lastly, pray without ceasing. 1 Thessalonians 5, verse 16 through 18. Until you receive a confirmation. And even after that, continue to be in prayer and in his word. Thank you guys. God bless and amen.